Next item on the agenda. Is Carla Campbell here?
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is West Virginia Division of Labor. And if you would like to, as my understanding, you're going to make a presentation or explain to us. Okay.
I can do either way.
Okay, if you would come up to the podium, if that's what you want to call it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Carla Campbell with West Virginia Division of Labor, and we have the state OSHA program. So I'm here along with Kelly Petrie as representatives of state OSHA program. So first I'll share some information about state OSHA, and we affectionately call it state OSHA because it's easier to say than Occupational Safety and Health Act, Code 21-3A of the state code. And I'll give you a brief history about that. In 1915, the Safety and Welfare of Employees Act, which is 21-3, was put into law, and it covered all employers, private, public, state. It covered everyone. Well, in 1970, when federal OSHA was born, then they covered private businesses, but it left state agencies and public employers still under the 21-3 law. So in 1987, that code was amended and revised. Part of that revision, they excluded 3 state entities, Department of Corrections, Department of Health and Human Resources, and the legislature themselves. They exempted those 3 from the code. And it also gave non-state agency public employers like counties, cities, municipalities, the PSDs, County Board of Education, the choice to elect coverage. And that's what brings us here today. So as we went through this opt-in process that we've been calling it, we sent letters to all these employers and some information on how to opt in and what our program provides. You can elect coverage for all workplaces. You can elect coverage for select workplaces, different duties. You can say we want to cover sanitation. We want to cover the county bus maintenance garages. So once a entity opts in, the first thing that happens is an inspector comes out and does an inspection. And they go through and look at everything that the county has concerns about as far as safety. There's no citations, there's no monetary fines, nothing like that. What the entity is given is a report of findings, and it says these are the hazards that was found, and the inspector can give some recommendations how to fix those things. Some of the other resources that we have is, lots of things to do in-house training. We have a video loan program. So you can borrow videos let the employees watch to do in-house training. Handouts, fact sheets, upon the inspector's availability to come back and hold a classroom training session for them. And I think that's the highlights of the program. Does anyone have any specific questions for me?
Are we in some kind of non-compliance?
No. Right now, the way the laws are set up, counties aren't covered by federal OSHA. And because of the 1987 revisions, you're not covered by our state OSHA program. So counties and municipalities, the Board of Education, they're just kind of in a black hole. There's nobody that has jurisdiction over them. Nobody to look at the safety and health. Unless an injury occurs and then workers' comp and insurance and all, right now there's nobody that will come and say, let's take a look at employee safety and how we can do things better.
Have you found, or has it ever come up that insurance rates would decrease because of your all's involvement?
It really depends on your insurance company. Most insurance companies will lower rates because of that. You know, when you have a third party, somebody else taking a look, and you can show your insurance company, look, you know, we've had an audit thing, you know, our employees are being as safe as they possibly can. You know, I wish we could use that as a selling point, but we can't. I mean, I can't definitely say your insurance will drop, but most insurance companies will, yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, and one thing that I did want to add, when you opt in, it's for a period of 12 months. And then at the end of that 12 months, it can be renewed.
Okay.
Is there a cost to this?
There's no cost. It's your state tax dollars at work.
Wow, it's very unusual.
Yeah. And it would, if we agreed, it would begin almost immediately as far as the contract. And then at that point, someone would come in and...
There's a form that you fill out to say if you want coverage for all, yes ma'am, to have coverage for all, or you can specify specific work sites. We also need something, just one official letterhead stating that these places have opt-in. Once we get that information, and the contact, you know, who to contact and the phone number, then an inspector will contact that person to arrange the date and time for that initial inspection.
Would that include like the Dodge County Park? I mean, you know,
Any of your public work sites.
When you say your, it wouldn't, I mean, it would be up to the town of West Union to agree to that for anything that's owned by the town of West Union, or
Right.
and the Board of Education. You mentioned like the bus garage. That would be the Board of Education that would have to do
And that would be the county, right. And that's what's hard, you know, with the municipalities and towns and the cities, because so many things are intertwined, but it really is the controlling employer. The controlling employer
Okay.
is who would send us the information.
Okay, so we don't control the employees, the town of West Union or the Board of Education, so basically it's what's listed on our financial statements is what the areas that we own and have employees.
Right, and the mailing that we went to the county Board of Education.
Okay.
It went to the towns, you know, the cities, the mayors, things like that, in the hopes that the information would trickle down, you know, and finally get in the hands of the ones, you know, in the hands of the controlling employers.
Right. Okay, do you have any other questions?
No.
Do we have a motion? I will move that we accept their proposal to come in, become involved, and review the occupational areas in Doddridge County. Any further questions or discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.